Okay, today we are going to be talking about missing numbers in subtraction. This is lesson 14. So on the screen right now, you're looking at an example that says the numbers in an addition fact can be read in reverse direction to form a subtraction fact. So if we have 3 plus 4 equals 7, reverse that and you have 7 minus 4 equals 3. Okay? Another example, if I have a subtraction fact, then I can read that in reverse direction to form an addition fact. So if I start out with 9 minus 5 is 4, when I flip it around, I then have 4 plus 5 equals 9. Okay, so I want you right now on your whiteboards to reverse the order of this subtraction problem. I have 68 minus 45 equals 23. I want you to change that so that it is showing an addition problem. And if you're at home, you can pause your screen while you do this and then unpause when you're ready to check. Okay, so what you should have written for this very first one, you're going to start at the difference, the answer right here, and you're going to put that first. So 23 plus 45 equals 68. So when I reverse that fact, the subtraction problem, I then end up with an addition problem that looks like this. Okay, for the next one, I have a problem written vertically this time. I want to reverse the order of these numbers to make an addition equation. So I have 77 minus 23 equals 54. On your whiteboards, go ahead and write an equation that is an addition equation in the same format as the one given. You're writing a vertical equation. You may pause the video here. Okay, on the vertical equation, you should have written 54 plus 23 equals 77. Okay, sometimes I can look for missing numbers in a subtraction problem. So this is a lot like the missing addend. Okay, whenever we were looking for a missing addend, we used the inverse operation to solve for that missing number. You guys have been practicing that over the past couple assignments. So what do you think I'm going to do if I'm missing part of my subtraction problem to solve for that f, the letter f there, that variable? What do you think I can do to solve for that number? Yes, ma'am.
You can use the inverse. You can inverse it, and you can do 24 plus 15 equals 1.
Okay, so we can use the inverse operation, she said, and I can do 24 plus 15 equals what? Okay, y'all go ahead and solve that on your whiteboards, and if you're at home, go ahead and press pause and solve that at home. Okay, so on this one, what you should have gotten was 39, which means that f is equal to 39. That is my missing number. Okay, here's another one. This time, I have a number on top minus an unknown. This time I'm using the letter S for my variable, and I am given the answer. So I want to find the missing number. On your whiteboards, go ahead and solve how you think you would figure out what S is equal to. If you're at home, press pause and then check your work in a moment when you're ready. Okay, so we had some different things shown around the classroom. If you're trying to figure out what you're taking away from 45 to equal 21, this is one thing that I saw in the room. Okay, so I would have 24. So maybe S is equal to 24. How can I be sure? Remember my Bitmoji on the slide previously, and it said check your work real loud from the side? You can actually check it by taking the answer you think it is and plugging that in to the original equation. So I'm going to rewrite this. I'm actually going to check it by solving 45 minus 24. If it equals 21, which it does, then I know that S definitely does equal 24. please always check your work. If you think you had the answer, plug it in. If you got something bigger than 45, think about that. Is it reasonable to take 45 minus a larger number and still have a positive answer? So always think about reasonableness whenever you are getting your answers. Okay, here's a couple more problems. On your whiteboards, go ahead and clear those. 5 years from now, Kenny's grandfather will be 60 years old. I'm going to say that again. 5 years from now, Kenny's grandfather will be 60 years old. Which equation can be used to find the grandfather's age and years now? We want to know how old is he now. So go ahead and pause the video, see if you can solve this on your whiteboards. You guys go ahead and solve this. If you think you know the answer to this problem, please raise your hand. And if you would like to explain. Okay, Sammy.
It's A plus 5 equals 60. We don't know how old Kenny's grandfather is now, but from 5 years from now, he'll be 60.
So if we take his age right now, which is represented by the letter A, and we add 5 years to it, that makes him 60. So would this work? Would this help us figure out? Okay, well, let's figure out how old he is right now using this equation. Can we solve this? If we solve this, what would A equal? Yes, ma'am.
55.
55. Okay, we use the inverse operation. I have an addition equation. So I work backwards. I work in reverse. I'm going to take 60 minus 5, which tells me that right now, Kenny's grandfather is 55 years old. Okay, if I used A minus 5, that would be his current age, and I would be taking 5 years away. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm adding years. 5 years from now, so that's plus 5. Okay, the reason the last one doesn't work is because we want to know when he will be 60. So I'm not going to take his future age plus an additional 5 years. Okay, that's not what the question's asking. Make sure you read very carefully and make sure your answer is reasonable. Okay, today your practice is going to be on page 98. You're going to complete the written practice like usual, numbers 1 through 30 on the worksheet provided. You have the rest of the class period to get this done today.